Hello and welcome to Live in the Solution. I'm your astrologer and tarot card reader, Mary Trimble, with your reading for December the 30th, 2019 through January the 5th, 2020. We are at the end of a decade and about to embark on a whole new generation. So how exciting is that? So happy New Year, guys. Let's hope 2020 is better than 2019. At least for me, I hope. Okay, listen, it's a perfect time to get a 12-month reading, actually, and gives you, an idea of what's going to happen month by month in 2020. And if you would like that, click on this link. It'll take you to my website. You can see what kind of readings I offer. And I am going to throw in a chart interpretation with that just until if you purchase it before January the 5th. So that will be included in the reading. Now, all the links are in the show more description box below, the links to the other videos. This is for your sun, moon, and rising. So all the other video links will be below. The skip time to this intro right now, to the astrology report and to the tarot card section are below in the show more section. Now, also, I want to quickly tell you that I have a private Facebook group, and the link to that will be below. Every 2 weeks, I do a live feed for the full and the new moon, only in that private Facebook group. So the link to that, just ask to join, answer a couple of questions, and you'll get in. Yay! All right, without further ado, let's go to your astrology report, shall we? Hello and welcome to the astrology report section of your reading. And on Monday, December the 30th, Mercury is trine Uranus. This transit opens up our minds to the endless possibilities. It stimulates visionary thinking. It's outside the box, electrifying kind of thinking. We may suddenly get some exciting news or bump into someone new by chance and discover that we have striking chemistry. Serendipity is the word that comes to mind when I think of this transit. Pay attention to your dreams because psychic abilities and intuition energies are pronounced during this transit, and messages may come to you via dreams. This aspect may give us a penchant for higher learning also. So it might be a good time to study astrology or tarot or any kind of Wiccan or any of the occult subjects. Or perhaps even computer technology or website development or communicating in any way through the internet or online. Also, socializing and sharing your ideas with interesting people will help you gain a lot of insight. New acquaintances or love interests met. If you meet new acquaintance or love interest during this transit, they will be exciting. However, they may not have lasting power. So keep that in mind. Now, Tuesday, December the 31st, 2019. Whee! Happy New Year! This is the end of a decade and we're starting a whole new generation, right? The next 10 years, what will it have in store for us? Let's hope 2020 is better than 2019, for me at least. I had a rough year. So onward to positive and incredible opportunities we go. Okay, now Thursday, January the 2nd, 2020, Mercury is conjunct Jupiter. These are lovely, optimistic thoughts and ideas. The belief that anything is possible and attainable. This transit also encourages higher learning. So it's a good time to start a new course in study, perhaps of philosophy or theology, astrology, or the healing arts. Perhaps you're planning an adventure to a far off location, or maybe a spiritual retreat is on your mind. Whatever the case may be, it's a big plan of action that is likely in the works, or rather on your mind. This transit is a bigger picture energy. So that means that details might be overlooked or missed during this time. This transit can also foster excessive chatter. It's the excitable nature of this transit that can have us foaming at the mouths to get out, to get out all of our ideas before they disappear. There's kind of an urgency there to say all we need to say. So this comes across in our communications. So we need to try to breathe and think and just take a moment before we speak. Keep that in mind. On Friday, January the 3rd, 2020, Mars moves into Sagittarius. Here we go. This is bigger picture. Again, Sagittarius is all about the bigger picture. So when one is impatient, one can get restless. So it's really the best way to channel our frustrations during this transit is through exercise, action, take action. It's that nervous energy we need to kind of burn off. It's a really good time to start a new exercise program or some other fun activity that you can work out your nervous energy through. During this transit, you may find that you start several projects with little follow through. Therefore, things may not get completed. Another thing to be aware of, guys. So let's go to your tarot card reading, shall we? Hello, Pisces, and welcome to the tarot card section of your reading for December the 30th through January the 5th. This is for Pisces. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Pisces for this coming week? Three cards for Pisces, please. Three cards for Pisces. Wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, helpful information can you give Pisces for this December the 30th through January the 5th. Ah, how many there? Two cards. One more card for Pisces, please. One more card for Pisces. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right, Pisces. Now let's take a look at your clarifying cards. These are clarifying cards for Pisces. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can we give Pisces through these clarifying cards? Please clarify. Oh, there we go. Please clarify. Please clarify. All righty then, Pisces, take a look at your cards for the week. Okay, the first card out for you is the Temperance card, clarified by the Hermit. Then you have the Five of Cups, clarified by the Six of Pentacles. Then you have the Five of Pentacles, clarified by the Queen of Cups. Darling Pisces, are you suffering? Of course you are. Okay, so the first card out is the Temperance card, and the Temperance basically is everything in moderation. You know, it's so funny because behind her there's this lovely the sun is shining and there's a beautiful rainbow, which kind of indicates there's been there's been a storm, right? Because after the storm we get the rainbow, which is the lovely gift of the storm. So I feel that you've been through a storm, And you have to really focus on tempering your emotions, tempering, like, don't overdo anything. Like, it's so easy during this time to get distracted and to overdo things. We've got it all week. This can be temper your, hold that. Okay, so the Temperance card is about, going through a storm and coming through, getting through the storm. The sun is coming out, the rainbow's shining. Just remember to not to get over zealous and overdo anything. Just your mantra this week is everything in moderation. And look, you've got the Hermit clarifying it. So I feel that the Hermit is all about not reacting to emotions, basically. So the Hermit he goes into a cave, he voraciously learns everything he can, he meditates, he connects with the ethereal realm, comes out a spiritual guru, right? And he holds up the light for others, to show others the way. And the lantern represents his mind. And he's not controlled by his mind anymore. He's found that inner peace, right? He no longer needs to be ruled by his mind or react to how his mind, like sometimes we can go into that place of fear, when we get a huge bill and we're like, or whatever it is, whatever, upsets your stomach, and then we can like, oh my God, and we can react, right? And go down that, what I call the rabbit hole of, the worst case scenario and all that, which only just creates more emotions, and it's just a whole big mess. So meditation stops you from going down that hole. Or, you can peep down it. We all peep down it every now and again, but not to fall down and fall in it. It's like, separate yourself. I always think of Rumi when I think of this card. I am not this hair. I am not this skin. I'm the soul that lives within. So I'm not this monkey brain, what we call in meditation the monkey brain. The monkey brain just goes on and on and on in the background. You're no good, you're not smart enough, you're not clever enough, you'll never do it, you're not going to make it, you're too fat, you're too thin, you're too ugly, too old, you're too young, whatever is going on in yours. And so when you separate yourself, when you can laugh at that monkey brain and understand that that's not you, that's just this chatter going on in the background, you can quieten it down, and then you're not emotionally disturbed by your monkey brain. That's what it is, basically. So meditate, meditate. And the next card up is the Five of Cups, and this is suffering, basically. This is focusing on what you can't have, what hasn't worked out. It's a waste of energy and a waste of time. Is the cup half empty view? Oh, look, I lost those 3 cups, and she's just ignoring the fact that she has 2 more cups. The rest is broken. This card is affectionately known as crying over spilt milk. It's gone, darling. You can't get that back. There's no point in crying from it. Mourn it and move on. And focus. When this card comes in, it's like you need to focus on what you have. Look at, like, I don't have those 3 cups, but I do have these 2 cups left. Yippee. Focus on on the haves as opposed to the have-nots. And actually, what's going to help you with that, you've got the 6 of Pentacles. That's the service card. To get yourself out of this, help someone, be of service to someone. When you're helping someone, it's not completely altruistic, because you get so much from giving, from helping someone. It's, it feeds your soul. It's a wonderful, fulfilling feeling when you can help someone. It's not just about giving money. It can be, helping going shopping for an old lady in your building, or a neighbor. Go and visit them and have a cup of tea and be company for them. or whatever it is, call someone up and say, I've been thinking about you. Is everything okay with you? If somebody's depressed, go over and clean their house or their apartment or whatever it is, because, when you're depressed, you can't do that. Help organize someone, if they're overwhelmed and they can't organize, then help them do whatever it is. Take the focus from you and your disappointment into helping others. It will take you out of that. And look, you have the 5 of Pentacles. So you're feeling like you're out in the cold somehow. You're feeling deprived. You're feeling regret. You're feeling upset, something you can't have. And this is like, you'll never have anything. You're out in the cold. You're deprived. But what's really interesting, so this, barren tree actually has 5 pentacles on it. And in the forefront, in the snow, there's a little spring flower coming up. So this is like, there are different types of abundance. And this is like hope. Remember, hope springs eternal. This is also the antidote for this is gratitude for this energy. So when you're feeling deprived, you could be feeling deprived of love. And that's probably what it is, because you've got the Queen of Cups. So maybe you're in a relationship and you're not feeling loved, or you're not feeling loved from your parents or from, your siblings, whatever it is, you're feeling like you're out in the cold. And, and the way to get back in the warmth is gratitude, being grateful for what is around you. Abundance comes in many forms. So you have to look at what you have. I think the whole reading here is about looking at the rainbow, looking at the sun after the storm, noticing that, because sometimes you can just be focused on the storm, right? But meditation and quietening the mind will help you get out of this and start helping others. How can you help others? By helping others, you will help yourself, because you'll take the focus off this regret, off this lack thereof, and you'll feel rich from helping others. And she helps people. That's what she does. This can also mean for some of you that really need help, that help is on the way. There's hope here, darling. Don't lose hope. And, try to focus on what you're grateful for. I'm grateful that I opened my eyes. I'm grateful that I got a cup of coffee. Is keeping in the gratitude. The more you practice gratitude, the more grateful you will become, and the more things to be grateful for will come to you. Pisces, thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. Mwah! I love you all, and I'll see you next week. Hello, thank you for staying all the way till the end. I really appreciate you guys. And I wanted to mention that this is a member-supported channel. So any kind of advertising that you see, please don't skip. I don't get paid if you skip, but I get paid if they play through. Not much, but that all adds up. So that would be a wonderful way of helping me. Of course, the liking, subscribing, sharing, and commenting is great too. But also, I have a Patreon page. You can click on this link here. That'll take you to my Patreon page. I post things on there. I don't post anywhere else. And sometimes I post there first and then post to other places. And you can support me for as little as $1 a month. That's $12 a year. It's not a lot to you, but it's a huge amount to me. I mean, imagine if everyone gave me $1, $1 a month, I'd be in seventh heaven. And there's varying tiers and rewards. So, and of course, if you can't, please don't feel obliged, or, I totally get it. Sharing, liking, subscribing, and commenting is great too. So I just want you to know I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next week. Mwah!